Today we're here to talk about the annual Relay for Life of the Greater South Shore. It's happening on June 8th in Braintree this year at French's Common from noon to 10 p.m. And we're joined by two representatives of the event leadership team, Karen Mossman and Dina McCarthy. Ladies, welcome back. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming over.
We're happy to be here.
So happy to be here.
It must be time for Relay for Life. It must be spring if Dina and Karen are here in the studio to tell us about this.
It's like 16 days away.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
Not that you're nervous or anything about the event. It's big, right, Karen?
It's
It's a big deal.
It is big, and it gets bigger every year.
Yeah.
We're very excited. We have a lot of stuff going on to invite families to come down. It's not too late to register as a team.
Right.
Yeah.
Give us a little history about Relay for Life, if you could, and what it's all about, how it got started, and what it benefits.
So it actually got started in, I believe it was 1985, by Dr. Gordon Clapp, who wanted to bring awareness to cancer and the importance of raising funds. So he walked on a track for 24 hours. And that was the inception of Relay for Life.
Right.
And
out in Seattle, I think, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we do not expect people to walk 24 hours. There are overnight events. Our event, as you mentioned, is noon to 10 p.m.
Right.
By 10 p.m., it's pretty much over. There's a very special 9 p.m. event or ceremony, and then after that, we just kind of clean up and everybody should be in bed by 10.
Yes. and relays are held all over the country, right?
Yeah, and all over.
Oh,
yes.
Really? Is it international now? Wow, okay. All to benefit the American Cancer Society?
That's right.
Or just cancer research?
The American Cancer Society is the
main beneficiary?
The main beneficiary.
Okay.
And they raise money for education, services, preventative, services for caregivers, services for patients, and research.
Yeah.
Most critical.
Do you know how it got started here on the South Shore, either one of you, and how many years it's been going on the South Shore? I know it travels. It's been in Quincy a few years. It's in Braintree this year. I think it was in Weymouth for a little bit as well. So what's the history of the South Shore events?
So I do believe it originated, so at first there was a relay in almost every city.
Right.
But it's a lot, it's a completely volunteer-led event.
Grassroots.
It's
yeah,
grassroots.
Yeah.
So a lot of towns sort of consolidated.
Yes.
So at one point it was 5 towns, and I'm always going to forget the 5th one, but Braintree, Randolph, Quincy, Milton, and somebody else.
Weymouth,
Maybe
Weymouth.
Weymouth. Okay.
Yeah.
And so now, and which is why we kind of rebranded ourselves as the Greater South Shore,
Yes,
because we
yeah.
represent 30 plus towns and cities in the area.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So that's, like I said, getting bigger every year. We raise more money, we have more teams, we have more participation, we have more people just coming to check us out.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Do you know how many years here on the South Shore? I think it's at least 15, I think.
Oh yeah, we're over
Yeah.
20.
Over 20, okay.
20, 25 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I want to find out how both of you got involved and why for Relay for Life. Dina, maybe we can start with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
I am a cancer survivor,
Right.
I'm happy to say. And it was through my cancer journey that I became aware of the American Cancer Society and all of the programming that they provide to cancer patients and caregivers. I'm a brain cancer survivor. So there's also National Brain Tumor Society that I was a part of, that I am still a part of, as well as the American Cancer Society. So at the time of my diagnosis, Quincy had a relay up at Pageant Field.
Right.
Lovely, beautiful. It was very emotionally impactful for me. And I'm happy to say I've survived since. And am surviving and thriving. And a large part of that is based on the support that I've received from the American Cancer Society. Their mission is to prevent, detect, treat, and survive. And so, fortunately, I'm one of those people. Sadly, though, the growing research is indicating that 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. and nearly 10,000 children this year are going to be diagnosed with cancer. And the worst part is 1 in 5 of those children are going to die. They're not going to survive. And so after I experienced cancer, I was heartened to become more involved and to heighten awareness, because we are all going to be impacted by cancer. We already know that. And there's some of us who's not really comfortable with the randomness that this universe.
It's a hard conversation, right? You know,
Yes.
especially when you talk about children, that's a very difficult conversation to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my journey has also been to advance the research and be a change agent for the American Cancer Society to produce and cultivate this understanding and awareness, so that none of us ever have to hear the words, you know, you have cancer. Yeah, it's very personal for me.
Yeah. And Karen, your story?
My story is that when I moved into my neighborhood, this is one of my connections to the Relay for Life. My new neighbor was having a plant sale, and she was raising funds for Relay for Life. And I said, oh, that sounds interesting. So I went to the local relay, it was at the Braintree High School, and saw what was going on and tucked that memory away. And then fast forward a couple of years, I was looking for a way to give back to the community, and to I tied it to some of the experiences I have had with family and friends. And in 2018, I made the decision to join Relay for Life. And that same year, I happened to lose my dad to more than lung cancer. Lung cancer he had been diagnosed with a few years earlier. Got through that, but then it came back with a vengeance, and like it usually does, and it metastasized. So for me, Relay has been a journey. As I remember at my first actual Relay event with a team, and they had the Survivor lap, and I walked away because I was so mad.
You were mad?
Oh, I was mad. I was mad because my dad didn't survive. So
see.
it actually took, I'm going to say I had an epiphany this year, and I'm not mad anymore, but now I'm just driven. I want to see a cure.
Yeah.
I want to really understand that all the effort and time that the ELT and all the participants and all the doctors and research people have put into this, that we cure cancer, because I think we have to. It's scary to me that we haven't, but we have come a long way. We have really come a long way.
I was going to ask if either one of you have seen kind of progress in the years that you've been involved. Really, Dina?
Yep.
Yeah, the progression is really significant, and so broad. So the American Cancer Society cares about health equity just as much as the rest of us in the social discourse that we have among all the other issues of our world. And so what they've also done, they've newly launched this program called Voices for Black women, because they've recognized that there are cancer disparities with Black women. And so the goal, of course, is to enhance and to improve their health. And so for them to have this other perspective to bring in, which sometimes has been ignored, even particularly with women. I mean, breast cancer, right now we all know about it because of the advocacy and the grassroots, knowledge and presence of this. So people are powerful, and so we're trying to gather these powerful people in these settings. So Relay for Life is just one event of many other events that the American Cancer Society promotes and fosters, so that we could raise the funding money that we need to really eradicate this disease, which again, cancer is just not one disease.
That's true.
There are many different types of cancers that we need.
Yeah,
cures
Karen,
for
do
it.
you want to talk about some progress that you've seen as well?
Definitely, because
Yeah.
I remember when my grandfather, who was my best friend when I was 13, when he passed away, he had cancer. And everybody
That
knew
was
it
it,
as,
right?
everybody
Yeah.
knew it as cancer.
Yeah.
And if you were told that you had cancer, I remember the thought was if they open you up, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
so people even avoided surgery because they were afraid of.
That would cause it to spread, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, I remember those days too.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
And so now we have so much more advances. It's a good thing and a bad thing. My point that I'm going to make is a good thing and a bad thing. Not only do people survive cancer, sometimes they survive second and third
Yes.
rounds of cancer.
Yep.
So we're surviving. That's the important thing. It's the sad part is that there's still more cancer,
Yeah.
and it metastasizes, so it goes all over the place.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, there was a terrible stigma attached. It was the
Yeah.
C word, right? You
Right.
wouldn't even
Yes,
say
the
the
big
word.
C.
Yeah.
It was just the big C, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, you know.
there's gene therapy.
Exactly,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dina, you mentioned breast cancer. It brought to mind the fact that right here in Quincy, Mannett Community Health Center not too long ago opened a brand new mammography screening suites at their
Nice.
North Quincy location.
Yes.
Because early detection is key
Key.
in breast cancer,
Right,
Yep.
right.
To cure, and it can be cured.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
if it's caught early enough.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
there's progress right there.
Definitely.
absolutely.
Certainly,
Definitely.
yeah. So let's talk about some fun stuff.
Okay.
Let's talk about the relay. Again, it's a Saturday, I think. Is it
Yes.
a Saturday? Saturday, June
Saturday,
8th,
June 8th.
12 p.m. to 10 p.m. French's Common in Braintree, which is right next to Braintree Town Hall.
Yeah.
It's really a nice setting. You wouldn't know from Washington Street, but there's a pretty good sized field in back there, and it's a nice tranquil setting. So what'll be happening?
So we have our kickoff ceremony at noon. We'll have many local politicians and representatives speaking. We'll start off with the national anthem and a prayer, and then we welcome our walkers to begin walking. And then pretty much every hour there's some new activity happening. We're having a cornhole tournament that you can
Fun.
sign up for. It's
Okay.
a minimal donation, and that's going to be new and great fun this year. Where we have face painters, Touch-a-Truck, where we're having local companies come and bring their vehicles and let the kids.
Kids love that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The bouncy house.
Also, isn't the Braintree Police Canine Dog coming?
Yes, for a yep. So we're
For a
going to have a
demonstration?
canine demonstration.
Fun, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
going to be planting all kinds of drugs, and we're going to have them sniff it out. The cancer drugs.
Yeah.
The cancer drugs.
Okay.
And
Let's
just
hope he doesn't detect anything.
I know. Well, don't bring
Yeah,
drugs.
exactly.
It's drug-free, smoke-free, animal-free, except for the
Yeah.
canine, and alcohol-free.
Okay.
And I will say, not to intimidate people, if you have a team and you're coming, you're going to be there, you're going to set up early, you're going to be there till the end. But if you just want to come and check it out because
Yeah.
you don't have a team yet, then come anytime between those hours,
all
and
right.
you're welcome. There's so much to see. There's dance presentations happening, music. It's just constant fun, family fun.
Well, it's 10 hours, so you
It's
need
10 hours.
yeah.
We got to wake each other up.
Exactly.
Big Daddy Entertainment is going to be there the whole time.
Wow.
He's a DJ
Okay,
that he's
fun.
volunteering his time.
Excellent.
So yeah, it all comes together because of the local companies and volunteers and the ELT. We have a lot of great people on our ELT, our
Yes.
event leadership team.
So there's going to be concurrent activities, and Karen mentioned that there are ELT members, and essentially we represent and are made up of people who are affected by cancer,
Sure.
and we all have our own table.
Oh,
and
okay.
so all of these tables that are lined around this loop that's created, again, it's a walk, it's not a relay in terms of running.
Right.
Because I think some people
Yeah.
I
No.
have bad knees, I can't do that.
Yeah, no, there's no track. It's just a big field.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're, kind of going in a circular
Yes, yeah.
motion. And essentially, all of these tables are fundraising.
I see.
So they have things that they're
Raffles.
selling.
Oh, I
Yep.
see. Okay.
Um, And so at the end of the night, we collect all that we have. There's going to also be a table of baskets. So any community individual who wants to be a part of it and maybe can't be there but wants to somehow still have an influence, if they would like to make a basket for us to raffle off, we'd be happy to receive that.
Okay.
Great point.
Yeah.
Okay, not too late to do that then?
Nope,
Never
Okay.
too
late.
late. Even the day of.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
And the other thing that
Yeah.
I think is really great to know is that we really care and honor our cancer survivors. And so that day, we're celebrating their lives. And so we host a dinner for them.
oh,
Yeah, so we have a catering company come in, and then we have volunteers, whether it's the Boy
From
Scouts.
the fire department, actually.
Okay, yeah.
For that, yes.
And so they're going to cater our
Oh,
dinner.
and
Okay,
serve
nice.
and
Yeah, and so we have other like the Boy Scouts and
Yes.
other like community like members who want to volunteer to help serve them. So it's all hands on deck.
yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be really a great celebration. You know, it's a celebration.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually, you brought up a good point. We have our opening ceremony, we have our survivor ceremony, then we
Right.
have our luminaria ceremony and
Yes.
closing ceremony. So these are like special times that we sort of, people can pause walking and focus on
Attend
what's
the ceremony.
happening.
Yes, yeah, sure. You mentioned teams, Karen. How many teams do you have so far?
We have 15 or 17 teams. We actually just recently got another team, so it's never too late
Okay.
to add.
All right.
And as Dina mentioned, each team has a site around the track,
Yep.
and you can set up, and I equate it to tailgating for the day.
Yeah.
So, and then you
Minus
take turns, minus the alcohol, yes.
That's right.
And your team just relays. So as long as one person is walking at the track,
Yeah.
that's the point of
You're
it.
participating. Yeah.
But we're not taking attendance, so.
Okay. That's right. Well, I think just the phrase relay for
Yes.
life, you know, it gives the connotation that you're going to be passing
Yeah.
the baton along the line. And it's
Taking turns, yeah.
At least symbolically,
Yes.
you will be, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
symbolic of our early starter.
Right. Yep.
Will there be any representatives from the American Cancer Society? Do you know?
Yes.
There will
Yep.
be?
So
Okay.
we're going to have American Cancer Society will have their own table.
Oh, okay.
Where they have plenty of information about services,
Great.
about the ACS CAN network, and about how you can get involved.
Yes. Do you know how much you've raised so far?
$43,000, which is almost the halfway point of our goal for 2024.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
Excuse me.
And I know you exceeded your goal last year, so you're
Yep.
trying to exceed it again this year.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
always.
Always.
Yes. So we upped it from 80,000 in 2023 to 90,000 in 2024. We're
Okay.
almost halfway there.
Super.
Yeah, and we welcome any amount of donation. Nothing is too small and nothing is too big.
Right. Well, obviously, yeah. And it is tax deductible. It's,
Yes,
you know, it's
definitely.
certainly a
Yeah, that's important.
501c3 corporation for
That's
American
right.
Cancer Society, so
Yep.
that's something to keep in mind
Yep.
as well, for sure.
And,
I-
and you can register that day too if
Oh, you
you
can?
want to come and show up and participate, absolutely. Or
Okay.
just come and check it out.
Yes. I notice you're both wearing garb.
Yes.
Paraphernalia.
Yes.
Are those available for participants?
These are actually earned from
Oh, okay.
fundraising.
All right, yep.
However, we will have a ELT store where there is
Ah.
certain items that you can purchase,
Okay.
like sweatshirts and hats and etc.
Great.
Yep. So you can pick them up that day.
Okay.
And also, if one is to decide to register for a team,
Mm-hmm.
if they register and then fundraise up to $100,
Yep.
they're afforded a T-shirt.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure many folks have several in their drawers from,
Yes.
from years past. Yeah.
Guilty.
You mentioned the Luminaria
Oh, yes.
ceremony, and you brought an example.
I
Karen.
did.
Yeah. So,
So-
hold that up. So,
Yeah.
we can get a
So
look at that.
these are examples of two luminaria
open them
bags.
up. Yep.
Oh, sure. And what happens on the day of the event
Yep.
is at about 9 p.m. we have our special ceremony. And
Yep.
what happens on that day or at that time is the track is lined with these bags.
Yes.
We collect canned goods. We actually ask the participants to bring canned goods, which are then donated to the local food pantry.
okay. All
They
right.
are used to weight the bag.
Okay.
And then we put a glow stick in. So now the sun is down, and we have a quiet, silent lap
Mm-hmm.
around the event. And if you have never been to the Relay for Life, this chokes me up every time.
Yeah.
This is the part that you have to see.
Yep.
It is amazing, and we also have on display on an inflatable screen. You can enter the names of loved ones, people you want to memorialize or you want to just give a shout out to, and we scroll these names and so you can read them. And so for about a good 5-10 minutes, it is quiet time, reflecting time, and
Yeah, I know. Well, sounds like that was the point when you had your epiphany.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Went from angry to
acceptance,
grateful
I guess.
and acceptance.
Yeah.
Well, there's stages of grieving,
Yeah.
right?
It only took 5 years.
Well, hey, everybody goes through them in their own way, you know.
And may I point out that this is for these are bags I made. This is for my grandfather, and this is for my sister-in-law.
Oh.
And so you can do them that day if you'd like to.
I was just going to ask.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll have the
Oh,
supplies.
and we sell these for $5
We
a
do.
bag.
Okay.
Yep. For a donation of $5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do you know, do all the proceeds, 100%, go?
100% of what we're
American
raising
Cancer?
goes to American Cancer Society.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep.
Here you go.
All right, it's a good point to give out some contact information so folks can get a hold of you and learn more. So, website relayforlife.org/SouthShoreMA. Email relayforlifesouthshorema@gmail.com.
Yep. And
Okay.
that's Relay for Life.
The number 4.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. And I know you're all over social media, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page. We have Instagram. Pretty sure we have Twitter, but I'm not that technologically savvy.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But if you search Facebook, for example, for Relay for Life of the Greater South Shore, you will find
You
us.
will find it because I did that this morning and
Yeah.
it came right up, no problem. So.
And we post all our new information, all our activities, ways that you can get involved.
Right.
And if you're interested in joining the ELT, we're always open for new members to come on board. We love to hear different perspectives and get
Yeah.
new ideas, so completely open doors.
Okay, great.
And
Yes.
lastly,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
so this month we have a challenge. We are looking to earn $1,000 for each team. And so I've been sort of canvassing the community to get some donations.
Yes, yes.
Good girl.
So that's not easy, asking people to share their money with us.
Right.
But I just want to say hi.
Hold that up, Tina, so we can see.
Well,
Is that your personal goal?
it's our
Team goal?
our May goal
Okay.
for each our team.
All right.
So anyway, I'm
May goal, yep.
beginning to. I've already gotten some donations.
Great.
If I may have a shout out,
Please.
Cucina Mia,
Yes.
so generous,
Nice.
so lovely. So they're going to be added to this thermometer.
Okay.
But anyway, I will be around. So thank you in
Turn it
advance.
When you see Dina coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, turn it around.
No, wow.
Her team is She's Not Beat. If you
Is that
want
the name of your team?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's not.
And
beat.
what about your name?
Moss Woman marches on.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Anything else we should let folks know about?
We'd love to have you come down and check it
Yeah,
out
we're
and see it
excited about
firsthand.
it.
Sure.
It's really fun.
Thank you both. Really appreciate you sharing your personal stories and promoting Relay for Life. We hope to help get the word out for you a little bit here.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
you
much.
have. Thank you so very
You're
much.
welcome. It's our pleasure. Thanks for watching us here at AM Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. We'll see you next time.